bet. You bet.
Yahweh! What's up, Fudge Packers? What's up, Fudge Packers? Welcome to Midweek Freak Treat.
Did you just realize what you were saying? What's up, Fudge Packers?
Oh, no. Have I been saying that this whole time? Oh, that's going to get us canceled. Oh, nuts.
We mean it in a very positive, body-positive way. We want you to pack fudge, all stars and stripes.
All Stars and Stripes can pack it, and you should, and we love you, and our heart is filled with love for Fudge and for you and all the packing you do.
Yeah, this bud's for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. This can of Mr. Brown's Cafe cold coffee is for you.
Oh, no, don't drink it. You're going to go to Browntown.
It's the best. Mr. Brown's. I love it. Not a sponsor, but Mr. Brown's and Papa John's, you can get it.
Well, is there enough cream in there for you, though? It doesn't seem like the crematorium would be open on those things.
Oh, it's pretty creamy. It got a nice cafe au lait taste, you know?
Oh, so it's just a can of cream.
Just a can of cream. Yeah, it's just a creamer called Mr. Brown's, and the cream is brown. And you slurp it down.
Do you go to your local grocers and, like, put down a $50 bill and give me all the cans of cream you got?
Bro, if I put down a $50 bill, I could get like 52 cans of Mr. Brown's Cafe au lait. I could get like 52 cans. That's how cheap this stuff is and so good for you.
There's no way that's 89 cents.
It's 88 cents.
No way. Which grocers do you go to in Haiti?
Don't even worry about it. You know what? I'm not telling you. We're here to talk about Fat Chance, minutes 5 to minutes 10.
I want to know about Mr. Brown's downtown hot sauce.
Minute 5 to 6, minute 6 to 7, minute 7 to 8, minute 8 to 9, and minute 9 to 10. That's what we're talking about today, not Mr. Brown's. Don't bring it up. You had to start talking about Mr. Brown's.
Okay, so I watched this
Me too.
soon as I woke up this morning. I opened my eyes. My wife gave me a nice kiss, and then she left, and I opened my phone. I opened it.
What time was it?
It was 9 a.m. in the p.m.
That's late.
It was late.
My wife is still
I feel
asleep.
like an aggressive loser. And I watched 5 minutes of Fat Chance, and it was delightful. But as soon as I finished the 5 minutes, I realized this is the way that films were meant to be reviewed. This is the only possible way that you can really get what you want out of a movie.
Yeah.
How to really analyze the details.
Yeah, not just reviewed, but viewed. You should watch all movies in 5-minute chunks, and then you'll really, like you said, get a handle on what's going on, right? Like, the first time I watched it, I didn't clock that when Allison leaves the restaurant, there's a digital shadow across her back to hide how bad her fat suit is. I didn't notice that the first time I watched it. Second time, noticed it, wrote it down.
Exactamundo. I also drink that brown sound. I also realized that Allison is the main character and Erin is the evil witch.
Yeah.
And I think I was calling the evil witch Allison last episode.
I don't think you were. I think you got it all right. Yeah. Don't worry, man. Yahweh, you're great. And maybe you were, but Erin is a monster. Oh, yeah. She's a monster, and you thought she was the Fat Chance? Ridiculous.
Well, I didn't think when seeing her on the screen that she was the Fat Chance.
You know what? I'm on the movie side in this. You're wrong. You're a monster for this.
Wait, what? I just switched up 2 names.
How dare you? How dare you? We should also address, we heard all of your complaints last week. We got all your emails and all your tweets. So you might have noticed that we have censored the offending word in the intro of our song. And from now on, whenever we say fat bitch, we will obviously censor it. So don't worry. All you soy boy libtard cocks, it's going to be fine. We kowtow to any pressure whatsoever. Please like us.
I felt more secure this time when I listened to the theme song. I think we've solved everything. There's no need to go back in there and bleep anything. We're not going to get any more people talking to us about how terrible we are.
How could anyone get mad at any of the rest of the things we say at this point?
You fat bleep. Yeah, it's just normal.
I did like how sing-songy that was, though. You fat bleep. It was fun.
Well, I wanted to give it its song due, but also take it seriously.
Right, and also put an air of, positivity on it to be like, hey, this is like a fun thing that we're doing now. It sounds like a children's song. You fat bleep.
This is a new chapter in the stage of this podcast.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've really found something that's going to take over the world. Everybody's going to be reviewing movies in 5-minute chunks now.
Of course. That's the new hot thing. All of the VTubers will start doing hour and 40-minute long reviews of 5 minutes of, I don't know, something. The Cats musical, or I don't know, something like that.
Well, Siskel and Ebert are going to be risen from their frozen chambers and review movies again just because of this idea.
Risen from their frozen chambers. That's a nice way of saying brought back from hell.
Well, yeah, and, warmed up with goo.
Hey, of course, like with liquid goo and colored grease, brought back to life.
Yeah, the liquid goo phase.
Yum. So much happens in this 5 minutes. We're introduced
much.
Like the plot just keeps moving. And that's what I love about movies is the plot just moves. Doesn't stop. When you only have an hour and 10 minutes, you don't have time to fart around.
No, it's like an ice cube in the sun. You see the whole thing, and then as it melts, it reveals its layers of grease.
Hello, I've got Oprah Winfrey's agent on the phone. She wants to star in your remake of An Ice Cube in the Sun.
Sounds cool.
Sounds gruel, yeah. So the last time we left Allison, whose name I couldn't remember when I first started taking notes, so I just have her written as F, which you know what it is. Maybe I'll have to censor the B in that. Ugh. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. All right.
Doodle.
Yeah. So she arrives at lunch. Everyone is pissed. Well, that's not true. Only Erin is pissed. Cute Ryan, who is a cutie, I will say, is like nice to her and is like friendly with her.
Well, he calls her Allie. That is a short nickname. Nobody else has called her Allie. Erin calls her
Allison.
Fat B.
Well, she calls her Fat Slob, but she does call her Allison. Like everyone, and later on in the next scene, all of her friends are calling her Allie. So it's like, so Ryan likes you, Allison. Like he thinks that you're nice. He has a fond and affection for you in whatever form that takes. Don't get too excited.
Yeah, don't get too horny. Yeah. Splush, splush.
Splush, splush. Keep the tears in your eyes.
But we also don't get any information about Hot Ryan. We don't know why these girls are taking him out for supper.
Because he's cute.
We don't know who he is.
He's Ryan. So.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't go to young adults.
No, he doesn't go to young adults. Also, what is young adults? We don't know yet. We'll find out. Well, no, I guess we get a taste of it, but I don't know what it is.
We get to lick the surface of the ice cube that is young adults.
Right, as it melts in the sun, of course, and Oprah Winfrey pees behind a wagon for 10 hours, of course.
10-hour pee?
Yeah, you've never seen that video? Whatever, man. So...
What do you think the longest pee in human history is?
I don't know.
Who did it?
We should talk to Guinness. And how did they measure that? And how sore was their bladder afterwards?
Or how great was their bladder afterwards?
Oh,
what kind of bladder do they have? Is it machine?
Is it just a bag? It's just a bag.
I think is it machine is a good question.
It is. That's a very important question. Is it machine? What? Their bladder? Yes, it is machine.
We're talking about bladders here.
Yeah, we're talking about machines.
I think it was Babe Ruth. Like a big fat pee after the end of a game.
Maybe. Yeah, eating hot dogs, hitting dingers, and just ripping huge peas.
Well, at the end of the game.
Of course. Well, he's been holding it the whole game. He's the Bambino. He's got to get out there and smack some dingers. Or is he the Bambino? That's not him.
He might be the Bambino. He was so filled with pee that he had extra energy to hit dingers out of the park.
And that's why his arms sloshed when he would swing. You'd see his arms just jiggle because he was just so full of pee.
Yeah, the historians tried to edit out the slosh, but you just couldn't.
Yeah, of course. They tried to say, hey, he's gush for push for baseball. And they'd go, well, it's just pee.
It's just pee.
Much like women's years of the day, it's just pee. So don't get too excited, babe.
Yeah, they said that a lot during the 20s and the 30s.
They said, put down a towel because there's going to be a lot of pee coming out here.
That's how we won the war. Pee strength.
That's right. How do you think they dug those trenches so fast?
They had to pee.
Had to pee. Do you understand the burn that Erin has on Allison when she's like, hey, you sit next to me, Allison? And Allison's like, no. Like, what's the burn? Is it that she won't fit in the booth?
I think maybe that is the big burn, though, is that she moves over to offer a seat.
Which is nice.
And then, yeah.
But
she's evil nice. She has that look in her eye, but I don't know what the exchange be going through their minds is.
Like, I thought that maybe there was like water, or maybe Erin peed herself and then moved over and was like, she's gonna sit in my pee. It's like, you're sitting in your pee. What are you talking about?
That's exactly what happened. Erin took a big fat pee
and
then moved over and said, hey, Allison, why don't you sit there? And then Allison looked down and there's this big puddle of pee.
No, I'm just here to drop off this present for cute Ryan. Here you go. Thanks, Allie.
What she should have done is gone like, hey, Erin, you just took a fat piss.
Yeah,
Maybe you should leave.
Who are you, Babe Ruth? Suck it back in.
When anybody ever has to take a pee and doesn't go, like they're holding their pee, I'm going to say, what are you, Babe Ruth?
What are you, Babe Ruth? If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Dyson. Just take a pee.
That's a good addition to my life.
What do you think Allie got Ryan as a present? What do you think that present was?
I'd have to assume baseball cards.
Oh, see, I was under the assumption that it was just like a Babe Ruth rookie card, or just like the free toothbrushes and floss the dentist give out. That was what my assumption was, or like maybe like a model of someone's teeth, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe a tray of instruments that she dropped on the floor.
Just a bunch of Novocaine. Get wild this weekend, Ryan. Make your face numb. Who cares? Just go for it. Stick it wherever you want. Yeah. It'll make anything numb. Is that true?
It's a can of nitrous to get off.
All right, I didn't prep it for whippets yet, but you could do it, Ryan. You know what you're doing. You're cute.
Yeah. She didn't prep it. She did add a magazine of jugs. As well.
Whip it.
Some nitrous and jugs.
Nitrous and jugs. Good call. It's just a balloon filled with nitrous. That's what it is. Just a full balloon full of nitrous and then a magazine of jugs. Do it at the restaurant, man.
Wife, if you're listening, that's what I want for Christmas.
I heard her stomp upstairs, so it must have been her. Yeah, she must have heard you.
So you heard that and not my furnace? That's crazy.
My ears are tuned to your wife.
That's cool.
Hey, I've known your wife for years, so I've known your wife longer than you have, pal.
That's true.
That is true. Allison leaves, fake digital shadow across her back to hide how bad her fat suit is, but you can still see how bad it is, kind of.
Yeah.
But
it's more elegant in that scene.
Yeah, because there's an air of mystery to it. There's that haunting shadow that sits unnaturally across her back, no matter where she moves.
I don't want to compare it to Ice Cube, but you do it at home, listeners.
Exactly. Yes, and?
I've laid the groundwork. You do it yourselves.
Allison cries all the way home. How many times
throughout the countryside.
Yeah, she drives for miles. She drives to another city and just cries the whole way.
Well, you can't live in state. You gotta travel a little bit to save some money.
Oh my God, yeah. Who can afford with these prices in this economy? Who can afford housing in a city? Suburbs at best. You're buying in small towns outside the city.
Yeah. Yes, and.
Yeah. Yes, and. When was the last time you cried while driving? And do you do that often?
Every day of my life. That's my only safe place.
Okay, I'm going to tell a sad story for a second here. I was on a big walk the other day. This is what I do in the mornings. Like this morning, I woke up at 5:30 and I went for a walk around my neighborhood listening to that Kanye West Jesus album, just blasting it to get in the right headspace for this podcast. So it's like snowing. But anyway, a couple days ago, I did that same thing, went for a walk. And on the walk, I found like a dead cat on the side of the road, and it really upset me, and I was crying. I was very upset, and I called some people, came and took care of it. It's all good. But I'm like walking home, and I'm like crying, and I'm in an area where there's a lot of like tradespeople, and it was like Friday morning or Thursday morning early, so all the tradespeople are going to work, all these gruff dudes in big diesel trucks, and there's me just walking down the street, just bawling my eyes out over a dead cat. Just all these tough men driving by. I was like, this is a weird dichotomy right here. They must think I'm on drugs, which I was, but that's neither here nor there. It was great. It was a beautiful moment.
Nobody yelled out, "Hey, it's okay, man. We all go through stuff."
It gets better. You'll be okay. No one was supportive. They're all just too concerned with their own stuff, getting to Hades Tim Hortons and getting their delicious coffees.
Did you call it Hades Tim Hortons?
I did, because that's what it is.
In hell?
In hell. Haiti, as in Haiti rules.
Oh, as in you Haiti, this rules.
Yeah, as in Mr. Brown's delicious cafe au lait.
Okay, so we arrive home, and wouldn't you know, Mark Gungor is on the screen.
Oh, sorry, no, I think you mean David Liebehart.
David Liebehart?
Yeah, that guy looked exactly like Tim and Eric's David Liebehart. The guy who was like, how to stay married and not kill anybody. He even sounded like David Lee. I thought it was him.
We've talked about this guy before.
Wait, you actually know who this guy is? Who is this guy?
It's Mark Gungor.
I don't know a Mark Gungor.
You definitely do, and the title of his special is "How to Stay Married and Not Kill Anybody." I think he paid for this whole movie to get made.
He might have actually, yeah. This whole movie is a commercial for his seminar.
For Mark Gungor.
For Mark Gungor, of course. Well, his advice is good though. You have to avoid bitterness and resentment. That is good advice. That is a good way to have a good marriage. That's good advice, man.
And it builds when one thinks they're carrying the burden in the relationship, whether it be bills or emotional.
See, I stopped listening at that point because I was too busy watching Allison just shovel food into her face. Fries in one hand, pizza in the other hand, a shake between her knees, just hammering it in from all different angles. It was wild.
I wouldn't say shovel. I'd say scoop.
Okay, scooping fries and pizza into her mouth. Fine, that's fair.
It's more respectful.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I like that she evidently stopped at a food court based on the quality of the food that she was eating. I'd go, oh, it's like a mall food court. You got that stuff. Delicious. Triffon's Pizza.
Yeah. Burger, fries, pizza, shake. I'm assuming it's a shake.
It must be, right? Pop. Yeah, it could just be pop. I also didn't see a burger there. I don't know what world you're living in, but...
She has a burger.
No, she has fries in a white container. She's got the worst looking slice of pizza in her left hand. And then where is the burger? I don't remember seeing a burger.
It's in her other hand.
No, that's where the fries are.
We could talk about where the fries are this whole time. But
how to do a podcast?
Can't do it.
How to do a podcast and not kill anybody. Yes, and
well, but she doesn't live alone.
No.
Thank goodness.
No. She lives with somebody who's out there getting laid. She doesn't come
She
home.
didn't even come home last night.
Didn't even come home last night. No, it was too busy getting laid, Allison.
Yeah, she's like shaking her boobies all over the place. And...
like the place they live in is outrageous looking. They live in like a big loft with like exposed brick, and like it's a like in the few shots we see of it, it looks like a really nice, expensive place. I was blown away.
Well, I'm assuming this is Mark Gungor's like shag pad or something.
Yeah, of course. That's where he lures. What do you think they did after the camera shut off?
I don't want to know.
Gungor came
in. I don't. Let's burn the podcast.
Gungor, as he likes to say, Gungor arrived.
Yeah.
Cut, paste. Here comes the glue. So, her roommate, who I didn't catch her roommate's name. Did you catch it? Did they say it?
I think it's Allison. Like they're both named Allison.
Oh, okay. That makes okay. And they both go by Allie.
Yeah.
Just pick.
But this is Allie 2.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Allie 2 is like, I thought you were supposed to go out tonight. And she goes, well, I guess I didn't fit. Or I didn't fit in, I guess, is what she says.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was
Sad.
a booth thing. But like, have you never eaten at a
You're
restaurant
definitely
before?
making it out to be a booth thing.
But it definitely seems to be a booth thing. Otherwise, what's
Must
the
have been a
burn?
booth.
The burn isn't that I peed all over this seat. Now you're going to sit in my pee.
It should have been Erin peeing. I
should
can't
have
believe
been.
this movie didn't take that leap.
These cowards who won't show pee on film.
And like a 2-minute shot of her face like squirging up, showing her peeing.
Like they're all sitting at, it's not a dress though. It just shows the three people sitting at dinner in the booth, and Erin is just going, but they're all talking and like having a conversation the whole time. She's also just peeing herself. Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Ryan's trying to work on a threesome.
And could have pulled it from the looks from those, like, 2 chicks invite you out for lunch. Good luck. Good luck not landing that, pal.
He could have pulled us too.
Yeah, he could. As I said, he was a cutie.
I said he was a cutie.
I like that. Like Allison 1, Allie just like goes off, just goes ballistic in this scene. Like just loses her gourd when Allie 2 is like, she's like, I didn't fit in, I guess. And Allie 2 goes, well, that's not true. And then Allison 1 just is like, I see all these beautiful skinny people and they're happy. They're living their lives and I'm just sitting here eating. Yep. That's what's happening. Yeah, correct.
That's very expository. You're saying exactly what's happening. But she's saddened. She didn't want to sit in a bunch of pee, and she could only afford food court food because she lives in a great place, but is an intern.
House poor, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's very house poor. They go over that in great detail.
Yeah, I think the next 5 minutes are her sitting it down with her accountant and then being like, "You're drowning in debt. What are you doing? Finish dental school."
Yeah, that's what Mark Gungor wants to tell everybody.
Yeah, Gungor. You are familiar with the movie Riding the Bus with My Sister, right? That's a movie that we've watched many times, right?
No.
Yes, you are. Don't play games. Rosie O'Donnell playing a mentally disabled person.
Never seen it.
Okay, well, listeners, he's playing games with me because I know he's seen it. I know we've watched it together.
Nope.
Yep, definitely we've watched it together. Regardless, I got major Riding the Bus with My Sister vibes off of this one Allie line read where Allie 2 goes, my grandma always said it's not what others see in us, but what we see in ourselves that makes us beautiful. And then Allie 1 goes, what was your grandma, greeting card writer? I was like, ooh, major Riding the Bus with My Sister vibes on that one. You're the hippopotamus.
I felt like it was a very good, clear slam.
Yeah, a dunk, if you will.
Yeah, they're trying to dunk on each other as best friends do.
Yeah, of course. That's what we do on this show because we're best friends.
Well, yeah, very much so. We definitely have an Allie and Allie 2 vibe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What
But
was
then Allie 1 is trying to get Allie 2 to come to young adults. And then Allie 2's like, no, I have a date.
yeah?
Burn.
Gotcha, loser.
I don't go to young adults.
No, I spent the night at some guy's house getting railed. Then tomorrow night I've got a date with a different guy who I'm going to spend the night at his house getting railed. And then Saturday we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to young adults.
You gotta assume it's with a different guy, but you don't assume that she's getting railed each time. Sometimes she might be doing the railing.
Hey, it's 2021, All Stars and Stripes.
Yep.
What is young adults, do you think? It's not, we see young adults, we see kind of what's going on. What do you speculate that this program is? My guess is church stuff. That's my, first of all.
Yeah, it's just a church group.
Gotta be, right?
For 18 to 26-year-olds?
Yeah, young adults.
Where they can go and not be pressured into having alcohol or dancing or sweat.
Yeah, and they're all trying to frick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sweat-free environment is how the pastor likes to advertise it as.
Exactly. The pastor, a.k.a. Allison.
Yeah, while he's sweating.
Oh, he's sweating profusely because he's a pedophile. So he's in hell at that moment. He's sweating so much. Just being, there's all these young adults around me. I can't. I mean, I'm not interested in any of them, but still, I could get caught. I'm sweating about it.
Yeah, his sweating will endure.
Yeah, exactly. Here at Young Adults, we get introduced to Justin and his friend Chad and Chad's horrible girlfriend Steph. And I don't know if any of these people are going to be important.
With Steph.
Why, you want to go to Bedfords?
Yeah, I'm Team Steph.
Chad, we're going to Bedfords. I'm hungry. It's like, what kind of voice is that, Steph? Rein it in.
They've been to so many places in this first 10 minutes. They go to Bedfords. Mm-hmm. They go to Young Adults. Mm-hmm. They're at Allie and Allie 2's home.
They're at a restaurant. That's just in this 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So many set changes. Unbelievable. So
it's truly a work of art.
Yeah. So a group of people go to Bedfords. I guess we'll find out later on. Probably in the next 5 minutes, but Allison is invited. Some blonde girl that she's with is also invited. And this new hottie that Justin is that Chad is super hyped up on. He's trying to set Justin up with.
Yeah, Justin wants to get it in somebody.
Yeah,
and
he's a young adult.
Guess who the new person is?
Who?
It's Piss Yourself Erin.
Wait, is that Piss Yourself Erin?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Am I watching this movie? Yeah, because that girl's name is Erin. You're right. That might be Babe Ruth herself?
That's Piss Yourself, Babe Ruth. Strength of an ox. Body of a Greek god.
Wow. Okay, that is Erin then. That makes me really dislike Erin. I will say this about watching a movie in 5-minute chunks. Especially when you leave a week between those 5 minutes, it's very easy to forget anything that happens in the first 5 minutes. Like the last 5 minutes you've watched, a lot of that goes out the window by the time you get to the next 5. But it's the ultimate way to watch a movie.
Ultimate way to review a movie.
Yes, of course. What is Justin's plan? Or Chad's plan? So he invites Erin to come to this thing. Also, is that Erin from the dental office? Because Allie's there. Allie, yeah. He goes, oh, it's that hottie by the books there. And then you see Allison, he goes, no, behind the fatty, which is come on, man. Why? Who talks like that? That's so unnecessarily mean to say about this person who can hear you. She's within
totally
earshot.
Within earshot.
4 feet from them from the looks of it. To be no, not this FB. I'll censor that again, don't worry.
You're at Young Adults. You're representing the Christian community with a bunch of other Christians.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, man, get it together. So then they invite Erin to go to Bedfords. Nobody goes to Bedfords together. Even though all of them are going there, they all go separately to Bedfords. And then they all get separate tables and nobody's sitting together. And Justin and Chad are sitting at a table, and then Erin comes over, and Chad's like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go back to the old ball and chain. And it's like, so wait, your girlfriend was at a different table? Why were you at this table then? Why weren't you all just together? What is Bedfords?
Well, Bedfords looks like a church room with a bunch of folding tables in it.
Yeah, it's a church basement with some folding tables and chairs. Absolutely.
I think Steph is at the bar, trying to get some alcohol, but you can't because it's Bedfords.
Well, maybe, but we also see her just sitting in a chair angrily staring at Chad, so I don't know.
See, my mind put her at like a bar leaning on it. I didn't see her sitting, but maybe she was sitting.
Yeah, maybe she was sitting. I don't know. Either way, she's not happy with her boyfriend, who... Why are they dating? What are either of them getting out of this relationship? They're so mean to... They clearly hate each other. And they're just like, well, the old ball and chain is calling it. That's your girlfriend, and you're 20. Like, don't be a boomer already, guy.
I feel like they've been together since they were like 10 or some stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh, it's a young couple that's already like 20 years into marriage. Isn't that funny?
Oh, they just hate each other. Like, take my wife, please, you know?
It could also be purely financial. She's paying for him. Ooh. He resents her.
Right. They don't know the keys to a happy marriage. How to stay married, not kill anyone. Go to Bedfords together.
Yeah, go to Bedfords together.
Yeah, don't go to Bedfords angry, is what he says. That's clever. Hey, listeners, that's really clever what I just said, all right?
Yeah, you put the phrases together.
Yeah, thank you. Write in and tell me how clever that was, because it was.
Email us.
At pureboyspod@gmail.com. Subject line, Zacharoni's clever.
And don't put the @ symbol before pureboyspod@gmail.com.
No.
That's a mistake.
That's when you want to find us on Twitter, but even then it won't get you there. We need to talk about the craziest thing that happens in this 5 minutes. Erin sits down and then takes Justin's coffee and starts to drink it. Why does that happen?
It's not in a cup, like a ceramic cup. It's in a to-go container with a lid on.
Yeah, she has to put her mouth where his mouth was.
Yeah. And she doesn't act sexual about it at all.
No, it's like played as just like a thing that she's doing. like that's normal. That's a thing. Oh, thanks for the coffee. Like they don't even address it. She just is like, they start having a conversation. She takes his coffee and drinks it and then is like, so do you go to school? He's like, yeah, I'm in state right now. And then we had to stop because then we got to the 10 minutes.
Yeah, it might be the grossest thing I've ever seen in cinema, and I saw Erin pee on a bench earlier.
Can you even imagine meeting someone for the first time and then taking, without indicating why or even that you're doing it, taking their to-go cup of coffee and drinking it? Disgusting.
I could almost imagine doing that to a ceramic cup of coffee, but I would never do that too. Everybody has their own type of coffee, too. Who knows what he put in there?
Yeah. Who knows how Irish that coffee is? Maybe she's never had a sip before, and now she's buzzed at young adults?
Maybe it's LSD.
Cool.
LSD.
LSD. Yeah, of course. Who knows what... She just rolls the dice and is like, well, he wouldn't roofie himself, and then just drinks his coffee. Joke's on you, lady. Justin would roofie himself.
Yeah, he LSD'd it.
Yeah, he totally LSD'd it.
You in school?
Yeah, I go to state. And then this is the first time of many that we will probably be stopping the watching right in the middle of a sentence. Because as soon as that timer hits 10, we gotta stop.
We gotta stop. So what do you think is going to happen in the future 5 minutes of this film?
I mean, I hope and I pray to the love of God that someone calls Erin out for taking his coffee and drinking it. I hope he goes, by the way, that's like $2.50 you owe me for that coffee, lady.
Oh, is that how Allie 1 like introduces herself. She introduces herself to Justin because she saves the day in the coffee situation.
Didn't Justin invite her to Bedfords? Wasn't that Justin who invited her?
I think he invited Erin.
No. Chad invited Erin. Justin came over to Allie and that blonde girl and was like, hey, we're going to Bedfords. You guys want to come with? And they were like, okay.
Oh, right. And then Allie 1 is like, oh.
Yeah. And that blonde girl's like, I see that.
God.
I pee freely. I'm like, okay. No one asked. That's cool.
I hope we finally get to camp.
Well, spoiler alert. Come on. They don't know about camp.
Yeah, but they probably watched the trailer just like we did.
We're going to get to it when we get to it. It's coming. No. Don't worry. I think in the next 5 minutes, we're going to get more dental stuff. I think there's going to be a big confrontation between Allie and Erin. That's my guess. And more looks at that delicious fat suit that she's wearing.
I think we're going to get a couple more sentences, and then she's going to wake up and she's going to be at camp with the star of this film.
Oh, it was all a dream. I'm at camp this whole time. I'm at horse camp.
She's going to wake up and go, oh, fat
You fat
clean.
You fat
Totally clean. No explicit rating needed.